Welcome to the Midweek message. We're taking lessons from Proverbs 31, the famous Bible chapter about the virtuous or the noble woman. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation of the Bible. And we're going to begin reading in verse 20 and read through verse 23. Speaking of the noble woman, the woman of value, she extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household because all of them have warm clothes. She quilts her own bedspreads. She dresses like royalty in gowns of finest cloth. Her husband is well known, for he sits in the council meeting with the other civic leaders. Let's look at those verses one at a time. Verse 20. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. The woman of noble character, indeed a person of noble character, is a person that cares for the less fortunate. Now, there are many reasons for poverty, many reasons that people are in need. And some of them, to be frank, cannot be addressed by anyone other than the person themselves. And in our lives, our choices tend to have a cumulative effect. And it's hard sometimes to get people out of a tough situation that have reached that point over a period of years. And yet, a person of noble character, the woman of noble character, the scripture says, gives a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She's loving, she's gracious toward them. Verse 21, she has no fear of winter for her household because all of them have warm clothes. Now, that's just part of verse 21. It goes back to her family now. Her family's not in that situation of need and poverty. Why? Because they've all got warm clothes. And we had talked in previous sessions about how she made cloth and even made clothes. And so, but she's taking care of her family. They've all got warm clothes. And then, verse 22, she quilts her own bedspreads. She dresses like royalty in gowns of finest cloth. So, wow. This woman is not only virtuous in many ways, she is talented in many ways. And so she's provided clothes for her family. She knows how to quilt bedspreads. And she herself dresses like royalty in gowns of finest cloth. Now, that's more accessible for some people than for other people. But industrious people, people of noble character, they know how to find value. And this woman did, not only in her work ethic, but in the things that she procured for herself and for her family. And so it goes from the poor to her own household, to her personal presentation, and then to her husband in verse 23. Her husband is well known, for he sits in the council meeting with the other civic leaders. I think the idea behind this is that her husband is well known and respected, and part of that is because of her. It's hard to go very far in life in any field without the support of a spouse. And there are very few things that make as much difference in life as who you hook up with.